Well, we are back with our Premier League best bets of the week. It's week 4 already in the Premier League. Myself, Aidan, Perkins and James Mason going to be hopefully finding some value for you this weekend. Plenty of big games coming up, not least the North London derby, Arsenal versus Tottenham this weekend. That's on Sunday. We've got a selection for you for that game coming up. But we're going to start, James, with the selection from the Manchester City versus Brighton game.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one, this. I expect City will be too strong for Brighton. I've gone for the first goal scorer market for this. Raheem Sterling in absolutely superb form. He's already scored 5 goals this season. I've gone for the first goal scorer, so 11-4 he is to find the back of the net first. He's done that once in the 3 games so far for City, but of course, like I said, he has netted at other times. So 11-4 bangs up the value for the first goal scorer.
Yeah, he's in great form, isn't he? Early season, Raheem Sterling. I think that's a wise selection. Moving on to our second selection then from 5 this week. It's also a game on Saturday involving the other Manchester club, Manchester United. Now, they're at Southampton this week, James, and I think Southampton can get a win in this one. As you would expect, Saints are the underdogs. Even though they're at home, they've actually won their last 2. Beat Brighton last week and then also Fulham in the week in the League Cup. So it's a bit of a roll for Ralph Hasenhüttl's men. They didn't concede a goal in any of those 2 games as well. OK, it'll be tough for them against Manchester United, but you can get 10-3 on Southampton beating Manchester United this weekend. They're at home. They only just about were beaten by Liverpool a few weeks ago when actually good argument to be said that they could have got something from that game. United, of course, lost last week as well against Crystal Palace. They are not firing at all. So I get the feeling this could be a home win for Southampton.
Yeah, it could be indeed. That's a good shout. I've gone a little bit controversial, though, with my last pick on the Saturday games, Burnley against Liverpool. Although Liverpool are in good form, I fancy Burnley to get something from this game. I've gone double chance at 11-5. Now, the Clarets have actually looked pretty good. They were unlucky not to get the victory at Wolves last time out. A very controversial 97th minute penalty secured a draw for Wolves. And I just think Burnley with the old-fashioned centre-forwards up there, Ashley Barnes, Chris Wood, could have a bit of a big part to play in this game. So I'm going to go 11-5, double chance for that.
It's a bit of a risk, but I can see why. Maybe Liverpool might not fancy it that much at Turf Moor. Burnley well renowned as well for getting into teams and trying to unruffle teams, which is what I think they will try and do for Liverpool this weekend. So we're going to turn our attention to Sunday. You've got a selection from the Everton game.
Yeah, Everton against Wolves. Now, I fancy Everton to get the win. At home, they're 11-9 now. Wolves looked a little bit leggy in that draw to Burnley, like I mentioned before. They've got Torino in midweek in the Europa League. They've had a packed fixture schedule already. And I just think Everton, although they did have that defeat to Aston Villa last time out, they'll be looking to bounce back. And think on home soil, they may look to bring in someone like Moise Kean, Alex Iwobi, give that sort of push to the team. I think they're a good shout to win.
Well, that's us nearly done, but probably the game of the weekend is the North London derby, Arsenal versus Tottenham, also on Sunday. Always a tough one to call. Some people say don't bet on these games, derbies, because it could go any way. And you can see any outcome really in this one. You could see Tottenham recovering from that shock defeat to Newcastle by winning. You could also see Arsenal getting a good home win in front of their home fans, and you probably could also see a draw. The bet that I like for this game, though, is Arsenal to win, both teams to score. 5-2 around about you can get on that, which I think is decent value. 2 out of the 3 games both teams have played so far, both teams have scored in, so that tells you that they're both scoring and conceding. Arsenal maybe just at home will fancy it. They were beaten by Liverpool last weekend, but of course that's no disgrace. So I just feel that maybe Spurs are a little bit sticky at the minute. Lost last week against Newcastle. It's not quite working out for Mauricio Pochettino's side. So I fancy Arsenal to get the win, but also Tottenham to score. So that rounds off our 5 best bets of the weekend in the upcoming Premier League weekend. Good luck with all your selections. Don't forget you can follow us on social media, and you can also subscribe on YouTube.